Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Good morning students. In this video section, I would like to express one of the abiotic factor regarding water. How the water organisms are, shows us some of the adaptations, what type of problems is faced by the aquatic organisms. Okay, this video we discussed about two abiotic factors. In the ecosystem, two abiotic factors, light we completed and then temperature also we completed. That light and temperature, how it will show the effect on the organisms and non-living factors, that we completed. In this video session, water, regarding water concept we want to discuss. See, water is one of the ecological factor. Without water, a organism cannot survive long life. Here, first basic necessary, air is a basic necessary. Okay, by the inhalation, by the breathing, living organism can able to maintain the life. Okay, after that air, water is a more essential, because of if water is lost or water intaking is very less, mean it will causes the dehydration problem, the organism will die lack of proper water. So how the water is shows the influence on that organisms. Okay, the effect of the water, what is the essentiality of the water resources. Then here water is a ecological factor and its effect. Here total our earth, 73% of the earth is occupied by the water. In the social studies we are all study this. Very lesser place comparing with, I mean 1/3 of the earth totally occupied by the water body. The only very less place only they are terrestrial places. That is here in that water bodies, three type of water bodies we know. That is the fresh water and then marine water and brackish water. Maximum water in this 73% of water bodies, maximum water in the presence in marine water only, because of all the earth is occupied by the marine sea waters. Okay, so here maximum water belongs to marine water. So whatever here fresh water animals, marine water animals, brackish water. Here brackish water means it is one type of nothing but fresh. It is not at similar to fresh water, not at similar to the marine water. It is the mingled in the which place fresh water rivers are mixing with marine waters. Such a places of water, that such a water bodies are having the somewhat of salinity nature. Such a type of water bodies we called as a brackish water. Here based on the water salinity only we are classified the water bodies into the fresh water, marine water and brackish water. See here based on salinity, salinity tells about pH. Salinity tells about pH. Here based on the water pH levels, if the pH levels are salinity less than 5 irikna, that is a fresh water. That fresh water is useful for our drinking purpose, some of the essential works. Okay, the salinity of the water 30 to 35% is irikna, adi marine water. marine water salinity 30 to 35 percentage. Sometimes here the water salinity is more than 100 percentage salinity. Such a type of water bodies we call as a lagoons. Lagoons are present at the place of nearby the marine places or some of places long time onwards water is stagnated in one particular place. That water is contains the more salinity. So that based on that salinity only we are giving the classification of these water bodies. Now here how water bodies are or water is essential or how it will shows to the effect on the living organisms. Here the total concept regarding based on the water salinity or water concentration of water, that we want to know. Here some of the organisms are two type of based on the water salinity, the salinity tolerance organisms are classified into the two types. One is a euryhaline, another one is a stenohaline. One is a euryhaline, another one is a stenohaline. So here already the same type of similar words we heard it in previous video. One is a stenothermal, another one is a eurythermal. Thermal tells about temperature, haline tells about salinity. Euryhalines mean here instead of the thermal word we are using the salinity. The eurythermal time what we discuss, some of the organisms can tolerate the wider range of temperature variations. Here instead of the temperature word we want to say saline. Here that only here I mentioned on that screen. Here euryhaline, that euryhaline organisms are tolerated to wider range of water salinity. Okay, wider range of salinity variations. And stenohaline means opposite of the euryhaline. So here some of the organisms just only tolerate the narrow range of water salinity variations. Okay, for example, if for example one organism can able to lead their life in the fresh water and then marine water, think like that. So here freshwater salinity how much? 5%. Marine water salinity how much? 30. Here the variation is very more, approximately more than 20%. That much of variation also tolerable by the any organism. So such a organisms are belongs to euryhaline. Then some of the organisms very less. For example, one organism just only will be survival in the fresh water if the freshwater salinity increase come from the 5 to 6 or 7 or 5 to 3 up to 3% salinity. That much of narrow range variation only tolerant by the any one organism, that is stenohaline organisms. Okay, understand euryhaline, stenohaline. Haline means tells about salinity of the water. Okay, tolerance capacity of the water salinity based on that euryhaline and stenohaline. Then here when the one organism is surviving on at the or settled in the aquatic medium, whether that aquatic medium freshwater or marine water or lagoons, whatever it is, such a organism will get some of the problems. Why problem is arising? The problem arising by the based on the asthma regulation. Here the asthma regulation tells about the maintenance of our body fluids. Our means here what is the concept? Body fluids of the any one particular individual. Okay, in the particular individual body fluids concentration, whether it is maintained, how it is maintained, that is tells by the asthma regulation. Okay, then here osmosis tells about asthma regulation or asthma regulation done by the process of osmosis. What is osmosis? What you already you studied from the 9th standard onwards these words. Here osmosis only tells about water molecule movement. Water molecule movement. Diffusion is different from the osmosis. Diffusion tells about substance particles movement. Okay, but osmosis tells about water molecules purpose only. So here osmosis meaning the movement of the water molecules from the high water potential to potential region to low water potential region. Here osmosis we can define the two definitions by the two different definitions. One general definition, we can say water molecules are movement of the water molecules from the high water potential to low water potential. Okay, now I said the definition regarding the water potentiality based. Water potentiality, high water potentiality mean in such a place having the more water. Low water potentiality means less water molecules. So this statement based on the water potentiality. Now I will say the another definition regarding osmosis in concentration based. Okay, that water molecules movement or movement of the water molecules from the low concentration region to high concentration region. Here see, here I mentioned here low concentration region to high concentration region. Low concentration region having the high water potentiality. If the high water molecules are present means that solution has the low concentration, and then high concentration region it is having the very low water potential or very low water molecules. Correct na? Here concentration of the solution, a second statement tells about the based on the concentration of the solutions. Low concentration region to high concentration region, water molecules movement will going on happen. At the time of the movement of the water molecules, they are passing through the one membrane. That membrane we called a semi-permeable membrane. Nothing but a plasma membrane. In our cells surrounded by the plasma membrane. Or for just example, for you did in some of the experiments in the 9th standard osmosis experiment with the using of the egg layer. When you boil the egg, when you removing the shell of egg, one white color layer, very permeable layer we can find. That permeable layer we call as a plasma membrane or nothing but a semi-permeable membrane. So here finally water molecules movement from the one region to another region. Which regions? Either high water potential or low concentration region to low water potential or high concentration region. That process is called as a osmosis. Why I given this much of a statement for osmosis? Here some of the aquatic organisms getting the problems based on the osmosis. For avoid that problems, that aquatic organisms will show the some of adaptations. That adaptations want to know in this video. So see some of the second column. In the second column top, adaptations of freshwater organisms. Now freshwater, in the freshwater, if one organism is surviving or leading their life, in that time freshwater salinity how much? 5%. Now comparison between the freshwater salinity and then body fluid concentration. If the one organism body fluid concentration is more than the freshwater salinity, so the concentration gradient is different in the outer side to inner side of body of the body fluids of organisms. Now what will happen according to the osmosis process, water molecules to start the movement from the low concentration to high concentration. See in this diagram. Here for example outer side freshwater means more water molecules are there, concentration is very less, and inside of the organism
low water molecules are there and high concentration. So here from the outside to inside of the organism, water molecules move. Such a type of osmosis process we call as a endoosmosis. Endo means inside. See, I given the statement, I wrote some of the statement regarding endoosmosis. Water enter to body from the external environment. The process we call as a endoosmosis. So if nothing but just think it or understand the concept. When that water is enter the inside of the body of freshwater aquatic organisms, the body will be start to swell out. Slowly swell out. Finally, the more water if it is enter the body inside, automatically body will burst. Cells will burst. So it is a endoosmosis leads to some of the problem. For avoiding that one, for endoosmotic problems avoiding wise, aquatic organisms are having some of the special characteristics. That special characteristics are one is a contractive vacuole. In which place you studied these one contractive vacuole? Contractive vacuole present in some of the primitive organisms in protozoans. Freshwater protozoans contractive vacuole is present. These contractive vacuole is restricted to how much volume of the water is sufficient to enter the inside. Okay, that is a protozoan characteristics. And then this is a very essential character, very most important essential characteristic. There is a large glomerular kidney. When the 11th standard you are all are studied glomerular apparatus, correct na? Glomerulus, Bowman's capsule ki ulla glomerulus irukku, adi engalukku theriyum. So here glomerulus kidneys, the glomerulus kidney in the fishes, freshwater fishes, that glomerular kidneys are consisting very few number of nephrons, more number of nephrons. If the kidney contains the more number of nephrons, it will start to filtrate, and then the fuse quantity of the urine or a fuse quantity of water will be eliminated from the body. Here more water is entered into the inside of the body, the process of the endoosmosis. So for that excessive water from the body, if the body having the excessive water, that excessive water elimination wise, these large glomerular kidneys will be play an important role. That only here I mentioned. Send out large quantity of the urine. Along with the urine, two things will be eliminated. Basically, urine is elimination of nitrogenous waste material. Along with the nitrogenous waste material, water will also lost. Along with the water, some of the essential salt particles also will lost. So urine is more quantity of urine losing from the or releasing from the body means that will lose the some of the essential salts. For that substitutions wise, in the freshwater fishes, in their gills they are having a special characteristics, that is a chloride cells. That chloride cells are also called as a salt absorbing cells. That salt absorbing cells is given to salt absorbing when that water is enter the inside of the fish. That means branchial respiration kada nanna, okay, gill respiration kada. When the fish is drank the water through the mouth, the water will come out from the gills onwards. So water come out from the gills surface onwards. The gills are having these chloride cells. So that chloride cells are absorbing from the water onwards. So chloride cells, chloride particles, any salt particles, they are reabsorbing. So that is the process of controlling by the chloride cells. Chloride cells, salt absorbing cells present in the gills of freshwater fishes. These and all absorbing the something salt components from the water. Then another characteristics of some of the primitive organisms, encystment. Encystment means cyst formation. Around the organism, cyst will form. That encystment in the protista, you heard it, these word in the 11th standard. 5 kingdom classification irukna. That 5 kingdom classification, one of the kingdom protista, that protista organisms are to show the encystment at the time of summer, because of all the ponds, some of the ponds, lakes are dried out in the summer season. For avoiding that situation, these organisms are shows encystment. And then gemmule formation, gemmules. Okay, gemmules are reproductive characteristic structures. That reproductive structures, these gemmules formation in the some of the organisms in the summer season, it will shows the adaptation of unfavorable conditions. To avoid the unfavorable conditions, those organisms to start the germination of the to formation of gemmules formation. That gemmules, when the organism get favorable conditions, automatically to start the germination, I mean to start the new life. That is one type of adaptation. Then some of the aquatic organisms, some different places, different zonal places are based on that geographical conditions, the organism to form the around the body, some of the cocoon, some of the that cocoon is maintains the gelatinous, something gel like substances. Okay, they are maintain the something moisture a long time, nothing but gum, our gum, the gum will be maintain the something long time to moisture. Okay, instead of comparing with the water, water will evaporate is very fast, but gum will not evaporate. Like that gum like gelatinous cocoon present around the some of the aquatic organisms. Here example, African lungfish. African lungfish. African lungfish is one of the evolutionary evidence fishes onwards frogs are produced, because fishes are having the gill respiration. Okay, but some of the fishes are having the lungs, they can able to respire in the terrestrial place itself some little bit of time with the help of the these lungs. Okay, and then Protopterus, these are the different organisms or shows the cocoon, gelatinous cocoon around their body to for avoid the unfavorable conditions of their freshwater aquatic media. This is about adaptations of freshwater organisms. Then come to the adaptations in the marine habitat. Adaptations of in the marine habitatic organisms. See here, what we studied in the adaptations of freshwater organisms, the problems are everything is the opposite way here. Here problem is endoosmosis is the problem. Endoosmosis ke opposite was exoosmosis. Now you got the point, everyone very well known. Endoosmosis time water is enter the inside of the body. Exoosmosis time water will come out from the body. Okay, that means from the body onwards it lost the water by the osmosis, that we called as a exo. In the same diagram I mentioned, in the green color chalk piece exoosmosis, in the yellow color endoosmosis. Endoosmosis water will going to inside, exoosmosis time water will come out from the body. So here water lost from the body by the high saline water present at the outer environment, because of here marine water kadana, marine water concentration comparing with the body water concentration is very more. So according to the osmosis, water molecule movement will be start from the low concentration to high concentration. Ipo low concentration enga irukku in inside of the body, high concentration enga irukku outside of the body. So water molecule come out from the body. So that's process exoosmosis. In that time, if the water loss is very huge quantity, body of aquatic organisms, marine aquatic organisms to start the shrink out. Okay, the top endoosmosis time swell out. By the process of the endoosmosis, it is swell out, body swell out. Exoosmosis wise body will shrink out. So avoiding that shrinking of that body parts, it should be show the something adaptations. What are that? Here, aglamerular kidney. In the endoosmosis time, we studied the glomerular kidney. In the this time, aglamerular kidney. Aglamerular kidney, it's consisting very less number of nephrons, but glomerular kidney is having the very huge number of very more number of nephrons. Here, these aglamerular kidney contains very less number of nephrons. By the very less number of nephrons, here this is minimize the water loss from the urine. Very little quantity of urine only is excreted to daily wise metabolic activities. So it is minimizing or reducing the loss of water by the urine excretion. That is the aglamerular kidney function. And then salt secreting chloride cells. Salt secreting chloride. Here chloride cells are there. That chloride cells functioning what it is, salt absorbing nature. Salt absorbing nature. But here salt secreting, because of from the water is moving out from the body, means a lot of imbalance will come. For that one, it will be to start the secreting of the chloride ions and some of the salt particles into the body fluids, especially maintain the salt homeostasis. Salt homeostasis, maintenance of the salinity, salt content in the body fluids. Homeostasis means maintenance of the equilibrium. Okay. Then marine birds. Some of the marine birds are that nothing but example, seagulls and penguins. These are the birds, especially rotated around the marine places, marine habitat. Those and all eliminate the something salt particles through the nostrils. See, when you see that penguin bird in the National Geography channels, that penguin nostrils, nose onwards, little water drops we can find. Not only that, if you observe our pet animals at our houses or surrounding places, pet animals nostril places, there is lot of moisture is there, lot of moisture. So excessive salts are secreting out by the through the nostrils. Then marine turtles. Turtle. In the marine tortoise we call as a turtles. In the marine turtles, due to the some of the ducts regarding to the chloride secreting glands. That chloride secreting glands are opening into the eye. Near eye. From that onwards, if the excessive salt particles are present in the body, that excessive particles will eliminated from the eye corners. That is one of the similarity I will say in this time. When we are crying time, the tears are in the tasty in the salt nature. So tears are also, if the excessive salt is present in the organism body, that is eliminated by the eye fluid onwards. So here turtles are having that type of ability to eliminate the some of the excessive chloride, excessive salt particles through the eye corner onwards. And then here this point is a very most important. Some of the cartilaginous fishes. Here in 11th standard you studied that fishes are two types. One is cartilaginous fishes, another one is bony fishes. The cartilaginous fishes are present in marine habitat. So that organisms are excretory material is urea, not ammonia. Basically water aquatic organisms want to send out from the body excretory material in the form of the ammonia. But cartilaginous fishes are excretory product is a urea. What is that reason means? They want to maintain the something isotonic solution of their body concentration with external environmental seawater. Seawater is more concentrated. Now to avoid exoosmosis, they want to maintain their body fluids concentration. For that one, they are excretory material is urea. Along with urea, some of the organism trimethyl amide oxide TMO, trimethyl amide oxide, these and all substances, chemical substances are preserved, a little quantity is retains in their body fluids. So when they are maintenance of these substances, the body fluid concentration is giving to the isotonic condition. Isotonic condition mean when the two solutions concentration or two fluids concentration is the same concentration, same nature of concentration, that is indicates isotonic. So it interrupting or it is prevent the exoosmosis and endoosmosis, both are interrupted by the to maintain by isotonic conditions of body fluids. That is, now in this time I will tell one a general explanation. That explanation, at your houses when we are cooking of a shark is a cartilage kada, shark is a cartilage kada. So when that shark cooking at your houses, beginning time it will give a bad flavor from that shark dishes onwards, because shark remains in their blood some of the nitrogenous waste material. So that nitrogenous waste material cooking time it will evaporate. That evaporated time we will get that little bit bad flavor smell we will find out. That is the reason. Okay, this is up to now we discuss about the adaptation of a marine habitat, and then adaptation in the brackish water animals. Brackish water, here in the first column we discussed three type of waters kadana. So here brackish water means estuaries. The another name of brackish water, estuaries. Estuaries means a place, the junction of the in between of a river and then sea. So a junction between a joint, I mean in which places rivers are mingled with sea, that such a places water we call as a brackish water or estuaries. When you check that salinity of the brackish water salinity, it is not at like sea water, not at like fresh water. It is a medium of the both fresh water with sea water. So not more than sea water, not like sea water, not less than fresh water. It is a approximately 20, that is a general range. 20, oftenly it will change basing on the seasonal variations. The salinity of these brackish water salinity is always change. So that's why which organisms are settled in this brackish water places, those organisms are need to adjust different water zones. For that one, there is and all shows the two type of migrations. Migrations of organisms for the purpose of the especially breeding wise. Two type of migrations are, one is anadromous, another one is catadromous. Anadromous migration, some of the organisms are migrated from the sea places onwards fresh water. Okay, such a migration we call as a anadromous migration. Example, salmon and hilsa. Okay, and then when that organism moving from the sea to fresh water, a lot of variation we can find in the sea salinity. Okay, so that anadromous organisms is example for euryhaline, salmon and hilsa. Okay, and then catadromous is the opposite of anadromous. Here anadromous time organism will start to move the sea to fresh water. Catadromous time the freshwater fishes will be moving to going to the sea water. So when they are migrational exhibited time, they want to ready to tolerance the wider range of salinity variations, because of a lot of variation present in the water salinity sea to fresh water. So that these are very most for avoiding the water problems, these brackish water organisms, they are having the glomerulus kidney. That glomerulus kidney will oftenly change based on their external environmental water salinity. And then chloride cells, with the situationally that chloride cells may be absorbed or may be excrete the chloride ions or salt particles, in which place they are present, which place means here either fresh water or sea water. So the temporary adjustment of the glomerular kidney and the chloride cells based on that location. Okay, here not only aquatic organisms are affected by the water, some of the terrestrial organisms also affected by the water. So for example, desert animals and plants. Desert animals and plants. One of the desert animal, kangaroo rat. Okay, kangaroo rat, that and all very less water availability. For avoiding of that water problems, those and all shows one of the metabolic activity in their body. In their body, fat is stored. That fat start to oxidation. When the oxidation of the fat, finally it will produce something metabolic water. Metabolic water. That metabolic water is utilizing by the that kangaroo rat. So here, based on the water or regarding the water concept, organisms are shows some of the adaptations to overcome their inconveniency.